Roads of Southern States North, inviting everyone out to Delaware State Fair. Visit our display in the farm equipment area. We have prices on export mold, along with 0% financing for 48 months for qualified buyers. Select models have up to a $500 rebate. We also will have all Echo power equipment. We'll have our sales staff and factory reps there to answer any questions.
Right across from the last of the outlets on the
Delaware State Fair. And take advantage of the special sales event.
You know, the outlets are spread out.
Brought to you by this member of our WGND Sports Booster Scholarship Program. Whether it's ants, mice, crickets, termites, or moisture problems, for a professional service, call Accurate Pest Control, 226-1156.
My name is Scott with the WGND Sports Update. Chris Davis joined 4 runs to support Chris Tillman as the Orioles beat the 6-2 home in the series finale. He's loading the bases in the fifth. Adam Jones broke the scoreless tie with a 2-run single. After Matt Wieters walked to reload bases, Davis hit a bases-clearing double to left center to make it 5-0. He went deep in the seventh to wrap up the scoring. Tillman allowed 5 hits, walked 4, and struck out 5 in 6 innings for his third win. In the National League, Washington beat Milwaukee 3-2. Andrew Koch, WGND Sports.
Right now, is it right there in front of you?
Biting into a fried chicken sandwich has become a political statement. Chick-fil-A, which is known for putting faith ahead of profits by closing its Sundays, is standing firm in its opposition.
I just want to tell her we've got this
touching off a furor earlier this month.
weather update thing coming up, and I just want to tell her just maybe just hold off on throwing it back to me until we do the weather with Joe Lundberg.
And politicians in Boston and Chicago told the chain that it is not welcome there. However, Christian conservatives have thrown their support behind the Atlanta-based company, promising to buy chicken sandwiches and waffle fries next week on Chick-fil-A Creation Day. The business report brought to you by Route 9 Auto Center. If your vehicle needs exhaust system work, Route 9 can replace parts or build a new one. Route 9 Auto Center, 856-3941. Do want to update the story. Breaking a boat fire going on right now at Massey's Landing boat ramp that's in the Hillsborough Long Neck areas. Do not know exactly what's happening. We are following the story. Indian River Firemen on the scene. As soon as we get an update, we'll pass that along to you. We're going to rejoin Andrew Murr. He's out live this morning at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville in just a few minutes. Still 92.7 FM WGMD.
Many Sussex County women choose Beauty Medical Center to deliver their babies. Beauty's Women's Health Pavilion.
So this thing just shakes it off? Is that what it does?
No. You wish. No, you
The best exercise was dancing when I was in my 30s. I was fit.
Yeah.
You were just dancing.
Well, what it is it cuts your workout time like down big time. Like I mean, it's like at the core though. At the core.
Yes.
A true seller with
signed. Where do I sign?
It really feels like your bones are being like penetrated by the vibration. It's.
Over the years, they have had multiple
I do a little bit just to keep my. I love squat force, which are supposed to be.
But the one thing that stays the same is the
But yeah, it'll work out quick.
But I still think a lot of it you can do at home on your own.
Motivation though. Money motivates. I agree.
Forget the world famous stick of bullets. As well as famous house of dishes and economic student songs. To experience the taste of their first date, stop in today in Rehoboth at either the original
So far I haven't had to buy new clothes, but if it gets close to new clothes, that's when I start to die.
That's funny. I was watching a lot of prison shows at one point, and I saw them all working out, and I'm like, these guys are all in shape. I can just do that.
That is true.
All pull-ups, all sit-ups, push-ups, and
That's all I do.
that's what I did. I lost like 20 pounds.
If I really keep at it, I can lose 10. Which is what See, I eat what I want.
Sunday partly sunny, very wonderful. Chance to be showered with thunderstorm.
30 chicken wings, pizza. I get a pie a week from the point.
Delivery driver, college dropout, radio show host. It's Andrew Murr on 92.7 WGMD, the talk of Delmarva.
It is 7:41. It's 92.7 FM WGMD, the talk of Delmarva. We're going to be checking in with Joe Lundberg here in just one moment to see what the weather's going to be like today and for the next couple of days. And the WGMD AccuWeather forecast is sponsored by First State Chevy, the place to go for top-notch auto sales and service. Route 113 in Georgetown. Give them a call at 856-2521. Let's check in with Joe Lundberg right now. Joe, good morning.
Hello there, good morning.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. We'd like it to be a little cooler and less humid, but I guess I don't have my wishes at this point in time, that's for sure.
No, but it doesn't look too terribly bad outside, and of course I'm looking outside through a window, so I don't really feel it right now. But what do we have going on right now? What's the weather doing?
Well, it's going to be another hot and humid day today, much like it ended up being yesterday. It took a while to get there, but boy, when temperatures did jump in the afternoon, they across the interior, they got well up into the 90s. It looks like even at the beaches today, we've got a shot at hitting 90 degrees, but across the interior, certainly mid to maybe even some high 90s will show up. This is in advance of a front that will be sagging slowly but surely into our area this weekend. And that could mean a pop-up thunderstorm or two in the area this afternoon and tonight. And over that front nearby tomorrow and on Sunday, for that matter, the shower thunderstorm threat continues. At least when it's close to us tomorrow and Sunday, the heat should back down a little bit over the course of the weekend.
All right, and let's get the First State Chevy 3-day forecast, if you don't mind.
All right, so today we expect to see a mix of sun and clouds, but watch out for that thunderstorm this afternoon. It'll be a hot one, 90 plus at the beaches, well up into the 90s. Inland, mostly cloudy and muggy tonight with a couple of strong thunderstorms, especially early. The overnight low 75. For tomorrow, times of clouds and sunshine. Another hot humid day with a shower or thunderstorm, lower 90s tomorrow. We head to Sunday, partly sunny, quite warm but humid. Chance of a shower and thunderstorm, highs in the upper 80s.
Excellent. Thank you, Joe. And remember, your AccuWeather forecast by Joe Lundberg, brought to you by First State Chevy. Bill Hanson, sales manager of First State Chevy, says that summer is here, and there's never been a better time to replace that tired, old, worn-out vehicle in your driveway with a brand-new Chevy certified pre-owned vehicle. First State has something for everybody: cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers, all ready for delivery. And the sales staff at First State Chevy has over 75 years of experience to make sure that you get sound advice on selecting the right vehicle for you. So stop in today and drive away in your new pre-owned vehicle from First State Chevy, Route 113 in Georgetown, where they put you, the customer, first. Give them a call at 856-2521. All right, time to switch gears because I have Shay Ross and Sheila Brandt from Nanacoke Health Services sitting in front of me right now. Now, you both are certified lymphedema therapists. I got it right? Yes?
Right, yeah.
Boom, nailed it first try. So what is lymphedema exactly?
Well, lymphedema refers to swelling that generally occurs in one of your arms or both of your legs. And lymphedema is caused by a blockage in the lymphatic system. And the blockage prevents the lymph fluid from draining well. And as the fluid builds up, swelling occurs. So our bodies have roughly 2 liters of lymph fluid that flow throughout every day with the job of removing the waste products from your body. So your blood will bring the lymph fluid to an extremity, and then you have a network of lymph vessels that carry the lymph fluid back up into your lymph nodes. And the lymph nodes, for instance, for the arm are located in the armpit, and for your legs are located in the groin. And when the system's not working correctly, that fluid does not circulate to the lymph nodes, and as a result, when the fluid backs up, a swelling will occur.
And now the lymph nodes, like those are what you check. Like if you're getting sick, the lymph nodes tend to swell correct? Because like it's white blood cells are being produced there. Is that,
yeah,
am I have that right?
The lymphatic system has a lot to do with your immune system. So proper functioning of your lymphatic system is definitely a good sign of wellness.
So what's the absolute first sign? If I'm starting to feel a little ill, and is it the swelling of the lymph nodes, or?
Yeah, we encourage people who are at risk for lymphedema to frequently measure their arms, like comparatively. Like for instance, if one arm is more swollen, you can compare it to the unaffected arm. But also, just by looking at your ankles, for instance, you can see a difference just because you know your body. Also, the fluid will cause the skin to be tighter, and you'll notice kind of a shininess in the skin as a result of the swelling.
Now, you said people that are predisposed to lymphedema. How do you know that? How do you find that out?
Well, there's 2 types of lymphedema. In primary lymphedema, it's a congenital form where you are born at risk for lymphedema because you don't have adequate valves in your lymph vessels, or in primary lymphedema, there will be most likely a aunt or a grandmother or a mother that in the family that also had swollen legs, for instance, and you're at risk basically just for congenital reasons. And then the second type of lymphedema is secondary lymphedema, which is a result of surgery. So most frequently after breast cancer surgery where lymph nodes have been removed, or other types of surgeries where lymph nodes are removed, patients will end up having poor lymph circulation because the lymph fluid can't get out of their bodies and drain.
And what, I have lymphedema. It's becoming an issue, obviously. So, what are the treatments? So, how do I take care of it? How do I manage it? And how do I take care of it? What's available?
Well, first you're going to come to us at the Mears campus to get an initial eval, and from there we determine the proper course of treatment. The treatments that we do is manual lymph drainage, and that's a gentle massage that we do to redirect the fluid back into the system. We do compression bandaging to reduce the fluid and to eventually fit you for a compression garment. We also educate throughout treatment, and we do skin care if needed. So the whole goal is to manage lymphedema, to get it to a manageable state, to fit you into a compression garment.
Okay, and how can people get a hold of you guys? Where are you located, and what's the best number to call to maybe set up an evaluation or set up an appointment?
We are located at the Mears campus, Nanticoke Rehabilitation at Mears. That's across from Seaford Post Office. It's 300 Rollins Drive. They just switched it from Health Services Drive. You can contact us through 302-629-6224, or you can even contact a Nanticoke Memorial Hospital, ask for the lymphedema clinic, and they will transfer you over to us.
Okay, and how common is lymphedema? Because honestly, I will be honest, this is the first time I've actually heard the term. How common is it? Do a lot of people suffer from lymphedema? Is it something that affects you at what age? Any age, or is it something that generally?
Really, any age. I mean, it can range. A lot of people are affected and don't know that they're affected, and they come to us.
Right.
You know. Statistically, I don't know.
No, I know. It's just one of these things that I'm just hearing about. Is it something that maybe people are living with and they're just
and
not?
They don't know.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And so, if I am going to have my annual checkup, is it something maybe I should say, hey, can you check and see if I'm suffering from lymphedema? I mean, because knowledge is key, and you don't know if you have something like this. Because it's not. Is it life-threatening, or is it just uncomfortable?
It's uncomfortable. It can weigh you down if it gets completely out of control and the extremities become too edematous. You want to definitely say something to your doctor. You know, I noticed some swelling. It's not going down when I elevate my legs or my arm. It's just not going down. Could it be lymphedema?
Sure.
And then the next step would be to go from there is to come to Mears.
Yeah, because when something's not life-threatening, I think when we go to the doctor, we don't tend to ask about it.
Right.
Because we are all willing to put up with like little aches and pains. A lot of people have trouble going to the doctor in the first place because, it's inconvenient, and, people like myself, I'm in my 30s, it's just like, I'll get over it, I'll be fine. But, sometimes you don't get over it, and sometimes you're not fine.
Just to clarify, while it isn't life-threatening, when you have lymphedema, you are at an increased risk for infection. So if you get a cut or a scratch or a scrape on your leg and you have the stagnant fluid in between the nutrients in the bloodstream and the surface of the skin, it's going to take you a lot longer to heal.
Right.
And as you know, getting an infection can happen very quickly, and if it spreads, at that point, people have to be hospitalized for IV antibiotics, and there can be some serious complications. So it is very important, not just for cosmetic reasons, but for overall wellness, to get it taken care of.
Excellent. And one more time, tell everybody who you are and what you do and how they can get a hold of you guys.
Okay, I am Sheila Brandt, and I'm here with Shay Ross, and we are both certified lymphedema therapists at Nanticoke Rehab at Mears. And give us a call at 629-6224, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that we haven't been able to this morning.
Excellent. You guys were wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more of the Andrew Murr Show as we broadcast live from Jimmy's Grill right here in Bridgeville, Delaware. We're out here until 9 o'clock, so if you'd like to be a part of the show, please do stop by. If you'd like to do some networking, there's plenty of people here from plenty of local businesses. They can sit down, they can talk to you about what it is that they do and what it is that you need. So more of the Andrew Murr Show coming up on 92.7 FM, WGMD. It is the talk of Delmarva.
Indoor air quality refers to the quality within and around buildings.
Good job, guys.
Real good job. Contaminants in the building are often undetectable. They diminish job performance and can result in numerous health problems. Many factors must be considered when determining the source of contamination. Sussex Environmental performs a comprehensive evaluation of the building, its heating and air system, equipment sampling, and types of contaminants and issues that are causing poor air quality. Contact Sussex Environmental for a cost-effective consultation at 947-1510.
Where's my assistant?
Nick?
He's all right. I think I've got his phone, so I'll just use it.
Number one on Delmarva. Give us a call at 227-1424.
They're just dragging in different directions. Let the guy be. He's here to help me, not to assist him. I just need to ask him some specific questions. Got it.
And have fun. Call 302-856-5187
I'm the 8 to 8:30 segment.
or visit cheersde.com.
Don't get left out in the dark during the power outage. Hi, I'm Mark Fry from Chagrin Gas Company, and we have a solution for you. Protect your home and family with a Generac fully automatic generator from Chagrin Gas. During a power outage, you can have backup power to your air conditioning, refrigerator, sump pump, basic lighting, cooking, and much more. Call 644-7700 today to see what Chagrin Gas and Generac Power Systems can do for you.
Save up to $300 off Generac.
What happens
Chagrin Gas,
to a
644-7700.
after hitting
This is Lewis Miller Jim Ford, and in Lewis, July is Bicycle and Pedestrian Safety Month. We're proud that Lewis is a great place to walk. Last year, folks in Lewis stepped out the fitness program and drove over 70,000 miles, and this year maybe even better. We're concerned for your safety as you walk around Lewis to our stores, shops,
Yes, you hear me.
and parks.
I do have
In Lewis,
back in Illinois,
motorists
we don't have-
when you enter a crosswalk. Here's how you can help. Cross the crosswalks and signal motorists with crossings. Make eye contact and cross the path. Together, let's keep Lewis pedestrian friendly.
It is nothing but tableland.
Yes.
Jeff White's Auto Works has quality
Yes, you can hear me.
vehicles
Yes.
available with flexible payment options and guaranteed credit approval. Learn more at jeffwhites.com or call Jeff White's Auto Works 856-3333.
I'm just using it. Huh?
This is your local weather channel with AccuWeather.
I don't know.
24 hours a day. 92.7 WGMD.
Partly sunny today.
Excellent.
Weird.
How you doing, man?
A couple of strong thunderstorms around
Oh,
us
yeah,
across the early low 75.
Never let me touch you.
Actually, she can hear me. I didn't realize that.
High 92. Sunday, partly sunny, very warm with chance of a shower or thunderstorm high 98.
I'm doubted. Not both of them. 754. We get one in.
Gas attendant, delivery driver, college dropout, radio show host. It's Andrew Murray on 92.7 WGMD, the talk of Delmarva.
Next street, I will be with you. I have
754. It is 92.7 FM WGMD, the talk of Delmarva, broadcasting live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. David Hill stopping back by from Outlet Liquors. Yeah, this is the time where you're going to tell me about a wine that I'm staring at right now.
Wine of the week.
I can't pronounce it, so you're going to have to do that for me.
As we had said before at Outlet Liquors, we like the newest and the latest and the greatest products by, this is Beau Rouge, Beaulieu Vineyards, BV, out of California. Just released this a week or so ago.
Wow.
It's their brand new blend of, and what's unusual about this wine, it has 12 different grape varietals in it. I'm not going to go through for all the 12, but like Bordeaux's, you can make a Bordeaux wine from, it used to be 6 grapes out of 5 grapes that are all the varietals in a Bordeaux. Other blends can have 2, 3, or 5, some as many as 9. I've never seen one with 12. What's good when you blend the wines, you get the best of each varietal in each one. So if some folks have tried a Cabernet and it was a little too heavy or maybe too harsh on the tannins, when you blend in other grapes, it will soften some of the bitterness from one varietal to another, and you'll get different flavors from cherries to raspberries to chocolate. This is a very, very good bottle of wine. Just brand new. It's premier release, $22.99. It's in my picks at the store. If you just like red wine, you're going to love this.
I do like red wine. What are by the way, because I always drink Pinot Noir.
Right.
What are the different red wines? And maybe what's the difference? I don't know.
Pinot Noir. All right. Start. Well, Pinot
I mean,
Noir,
I know this could be an hour-long conversation
yeah,
for
we
you.
don't have too much. Pinot Noirs will be they're softer. There's hardly any tannins, and it's a different fruit flavors. If you're drinking a milk versus skim milk, when you taste the difference in the texture.
Got it.
Pinot Noir would be like skim milk, but a Cabernet could be more like regular milk. There's a heavier mouthfeel, more tannins. And then from the Malbecs, it's just various, whether you have a cherry flavor or a raspberry, chocolate essence, and all this will all come from the blend. So Cabernet, Merlots aren't as heavy and softer than some of the Cabs. Blends really balance out. Shiraz will have spice or pepper to it in the finish, and it goes on.
See, this is why I would give your staff a workout.
Sure, just come on by.
Ella
You
Liquors.
got to come by. You can give you a workout making a selection, filling up that cart. No, be sure to stop by Ella Liquors. We're there to answer any question that you may have. But one great thing we have at the store, though, is our VIP card, and any customer can come in and sign up. We surpassed the $4,000 membership rank this week. We've got 4,016 people who now have their outlet VIP card, and the benefits there are fabulous. If you spend $125 on one purchase, you get a free case of wine. Every Sunday, we have a special sale for VIP cardholders. If you take advantage of these each week, your savings can get well past $1,000. This week, we have an unbelievable sale. Especially for a lot of the female listeners, the Skinny Girl products. They started out with Skinny Girl Margarita. Well, this year they came out with all the vodkas. We have them all: coconut, tangerine, cucumber. Regularly $19.99. This Sunday only, you can save $4 per bottle, $15.99. And these are while supplies last. We got a good supply, but you can save $4 per bottle. Pick up 4 or 5, and you've got $20 in savings. But also on the VIP, when we said we had over 4,000. Well, actually, you have over 4,000 VIP cardholders, and if you spend $4,000 in the course of the year, at the end of the year, we'll give you a $200 gift card.
Oh, wow.
So if you're primarily a wine purchaser, that would be, we give 10% off when you buy a case of wine. Well, the $200 at the end of the year, if you spent $4,000, would be the equivalent of getting a 15% discount on a case of wine. And I don't know of any store that gives 15% case discounts on wine. And if they do, you got to check the price you're paying for the bottle and check your bottom line to see where you're at. You'll be better off at outlet.
Well, I'm sure some people are saying, well, how can you spend $4,000 on wine? Well, if you're a wine drinker yourself, and wine makes great gifts.
Gifts, weddings.
Yes.
Well, when you speak of that, this year we've already had 19 customers who have reached that $4,000 level. Between 3,000 and 4,000, we have 25 customers. And between the $2,000 and $3,000 level, we've got 57. So there you have 101 people that are there. Well, 19 already there, but the year is just a little over half over. We got 5 months yet to go. But if those in those categories reach the 4,000 and they are well halfway there and approaching it, we'll have 101 customers who reached that level this year, whereas last year we had 66. But that is the one benefit of the $200 in, but I still want to emphasize for all 4,116, you come in Sundays, you get savings, we keep money in your pocket when you buy the best product. And the sales are wine, beer, vodka. It's a different one each week, but Sunday's only 12 days. And those benefits of the VIP card, it's all free. You sign up at the register, have you make a purchase and sign out and start your savings.
Well, if anybody wants to get a VIP card, wants to try to get themselves up to the $4,000 to get their $200 gift card, where can they find you?
just go to, if you're heading south on Route 1, it's right past the PNC and before IHOP. If you're familiar where Hitler Markets is, or the Oracle right there. If you're heading north on Route 1, after you cross the bridge, you turn left at the fourth stoplight. And this way you pass the IHOP and then turn left at the PNC bank. But get your VIP card, start saving money weekly, and start saving money and get your values and selections at Outlet Liquors.
Excellent. Thank you. David Hill from Outlet Liquors. Go check them out. Go get your VIP card. And we're going to switch it over right now. We're going to be talking to Jim Weller.
Yep.
Weller's Utility Trailers. Visit them online at wellers.com, WELLERS.com.
No H.
No H.
No H.
He's a wheeler dealer, but there's
Wheeler
no H
dealer.
in Weller.
Well, I want to introduce everybody to my shop guy, Jay. Jay's been with me a few years, but want to remind people that Weller's in Bridgeville is a full-service facility. We can work on your trailer, do welding. We even letter vehicles and trailers and things. So I'm going to turn it over to Jay, and I'm going to let Jay give you some tech tips and talk to you from there. So here is Jay, the shop guy from Weller's in Bridgeville.
Hi, everybody. We'll talk about wheel bearings today. Everybody questions, like, how often should I repack my wheel bearings and stuff like that sort. Manufacturer suggests you repack your wheel bearings for every 12,000 miles. Now, I say it's a lot of miles per on a trailer a year.
Sure.
Some people don't even put that in the lifetime they own the trailer. But you got some guys like Dave Volker, he probably has 12,000 of his throughout the year between job sites and transporting back and forth.
Sure.
So, especially your heavy equipment trailers, they definitely need more repacking than anything than your homeowners. But you got to think of like an oil change. You don't just drive your car 12,000 miles on an oil change.
No, I did that once.
Yeah,
Didn't work out
once.
so well. Once.
But you got to think of the same thing. You need to clean out the old grease and put new grease in there so it keeps everything lubricated. Also, if your trailer sits a lot, it actually condensates as it sits there. The moisture from the metal actually causes everything to rust and to bind up. And that's what actually causes bearing failure. So you want, if you have your trailer sitting around, you're going to use it. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have it come in, checked over, looked at, repacked. That way it's ready to go for your trip. So you're not 10 miles from home, you end up on the side of the road with no hub, or worst case scenario, as I've seen a lot of, they don't take care of the bearings. The bearings, when they break down, it's metal on top of metal. So start chewing into your axle. That's what you're doing. You're replacing your axle.
And you're going to replace a lot more than
so
that.
You're
It's
going
gonna be a lot more
from
expensive.
you're going from an $85 for a single axle to repack the bearings to $200 to $500 to $1,000 by the time you change the axle out, hubs, drums, all that kind of stuff. So you get pretty expensive. Now the guys that have the Easy Lube bearings or Easy Lube axles, there's actually a Zerk fitting on the end of the axle. Those should be shot with grease about every 3,000 miles, and you don't want to over lube those because you actually can mess up your brake pads. Or I've seen a lot of boat trailers. Usually everybody squirts it so much,
right?
They shoot out the back, and you got grease coming out the back, which actually causes more moisture to get in because you create a opening for moisture to get into the bearing area.
I'll tell you what, Jay. We've learned about all the problems and how it can arise. Let's learn about the solutions after we hit news. We're going to check in with Kelly Steele, your local and national news. That's all coming up next on 92.7 FM WGMD. This is the Talk of Delmarva. Yeah. Wait.
You wrap it up. Yeah. I'm going to go tell them to be ready because I want to mention it. Right.
Fox News Radio, I'm Dave Anthony. The Olympic torch making its final rounds before tonight's opening ceremonies in London. Fox News Radio's Emily Wither, live.
The torch has been making its way
No
down
problem.
to the Olympic Park. It's reached the Tower Bridge where the spectator is.
I think the 2 weeks is going to be fantastic. London at the moment just feels like a big carnival. Everybody's getting involved in the spirit of it. It's absolutely fantastic.
We're being promised a spectacular show tonight, but most of the details are being kept a secret, including who will light the Olympic flame. The IOC president says he doesn't even know. It is expected to feature real farm animals and former Beatle, Paul McCartney today.
Emily Mitt Romney will be at tonight's ceremony. He's getting a lot of bad press in London for wandering aloud at Jody sidewalk, but the Republican told NBC this morning that
After being there a couple of days, it looks to me like rain is ready.
a week ago we were witness to the war in Colorado, and today there are services for 4 more. Moviegoers, Matt Fox News Radio, Jeff Manasso live in Aurora.
Funerals will be held today
here in Colorado, in Ohio, and in Texas, where victims of last week's movie theater massacre that killed 12. 5 victims remain hospitalized in critical condition. Meantime, a judge has barred the University of Colorado Denver from releasing any records about former Lansing James Holmes' time there. But Williams investigators is releasing the information of an ongoing investigation. The judge also barring the report. Holmes is formally charged on Monday.
We have some powerful storms hit several states. That's a power substation that exploded in New York. About 200,000 customers lost power at one point in Hardsdale.
I would put a clock in we're going to do it with our little show. We're going to put a clock right on the table. So we all have some idea whether it's been 8 minutes or 10 or 12 or whatever.
Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Fram filters live for pressure. At the Fram Proving Grounds, they get crushed.
Saturday night, I just talked to Jason, talking to people in the Fed. But yeah, I don't think we should let everybody empty that building with our stuff just sitting in there. If we don't do no more, we gotta take a cot and lay down and be there or something like that, you
Pressure
know.
like this keeps you
I'll try to get up with the guy to see if there's a way I can pull up in that. Right, and just, right, I think if you guys could get it all out to the curb, I would think.
That's how the Uncommon lady unloaded.
They know we need energy from all sources.
It wasn't block off. That Tuesday, Wednesday was block off the late.
Developing domestic energy.
American oil and natural gas.
There's
Advanced
no
technologies
way
are making it possible
to get to it during the fair, right? I'm not seeing a bus drive up there.
Americans are becoming energy voters. They're voting to re-energize America.
They're voting for America.
Learn more at
There's
openenergy.com.
people there if you come in from that side of the parking. Like where all the casino parking.
You mean like right now, we could drive up in there?
I don't know if they let us through. Yes, we could drive up to the gate.
Okay.
I don't know if they let block 2 sponsors go into that gate, the VIP. Because I was wondering, it's like, if they're making everybody go down to gate 7 now to get in. So when gate 5, it said VIP, casino, parking, stuff like that.
But I think worst case scenario, if we got all of our stuff, shoved it up against the wall, boxed up what we can, and then dealt with it the next morning, I would think, you know, I think when they're sitting right out there in the open and somebody's over here undoing this booth or that booth, I think that's where you're gonna have a problem.
Hey Jay, what's your official title? Never thought about it, huh?
Well, it varies, depending on the day.
Alright. What is it today?
Shop lot manager. That's pretty much what I go by.
What is it?
Shop/lot manager.
For a Long Neck area this morning, Kenny telling WGMD that an explosion was heard about 7:15. He says there are injuries. Just how many and how extensive we do not know at this time. Firemen from Indian River and other rescue personnel are on the scene at Massey's Landing in the Hillsborough Long Neck area. We are following that story. Any details?
That's why they were so antsy about it.
This morning with an explosion. We'll pass the information along to you. AccuWeather calling for a hot, humid day today, 96 degrees. It's 76 this morning in Laurel, 79 in Ellendale. Looks like 76 here at WGMD. Also, updating another story from earlier. Route 24 between Jolynn's Way and Robinsonville Road has been reopened to traffic this morning. That road was temporarily closed earlier this morning after a tree fell across the road. The Wetumpka County Fire Marshal's Office investigating an early morning blaze at a Salisbury business. Salisbury firemen got the call just before 2 o'clock. Arriving units say they found heavy fire coming from inside True Arc Welder Generator Services. That's on Northwood Drive in Salisbury. Once firemen entered the business, they say they also found flames shooting from a maintenance area near a zero-turn mower. Firemen believe the blaze was caused by an electrical malfunction surrounding that mower. Damage has been estimated at $50,000. Delaware State Police today advising residents of Dover of a homeless sex offender. Police say 26-year-old Daniel Flynn is a Tier 3 or high-risk offender. He is not wanted. If you, however, know that Flynn is occupying a home in your area, you should call police 739-5882. Ocean City Police getting ready for their National Night Out. WGMD's Mary Lou explains.
Mark your calendar for Tuesday, August 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. as Ocean City Police, along with the National Association of Channel Watch, hold the 29th annual National Night Out with 2 neighborhood watch associations, one at PS
Park at Kingwood. The other is always Villas on Lark Lane. The National Night Out.
So I'll just pretty much say, hey Alex, just let him go.
Partnership between the OCPD and the community.
10 minutes?
Crime prevention awareness and generate support and participation in local anti-crime programs. It also lets people know that neighborhoods are fighting back against crime.
Go to Alex and we'll go back.
GMD Maryland's controller says that
I know. Who's coming up? Who's next? Who's after them?
It would be a black mark
I know,
on
but
the
who?
state. WGMD News Stringer Kenneth
Alex
Burns.
Comptroller Peter Franco has never been a fan of expanded gambling, but it's safe to say that he's
to me,
just a fan of an impending special session on the
What are you doing, LaRusso? What are you doing? I know. Because he's coming up again at 8:25, so we'll see what 8:20 he's doing after we talk to Alex. So let's give an extra 5 minutes. Get Jay and then go to Wellers. Give him a straight 10 minutes. The rest of it.
Okay, so let Alex come next.
Let Alex come next. We'll check back in with Jay. Okay. And then after we're done with Jay, we'll come right into you and talk like a transition as well as utility trailer.
Just double up here.
What am I doing?
What's that?
What am I doing?
You want to incorporate it into it?
Dave's on standby for it, so we got Alex next. Alex next.
Gold and silver, Holland Jewelers. Their scales are tested and certified by the and they offer top dollar for your scrap gold, silver, jewelry, and coins. Holland Jewelers in the Pikeville Village on Route 24, just 3 miles from Route 1. Call 947.
I have no idea what he's like. Like Alex.
I'll handle him too. Okay.
Do it to it.
Operators 644-7700.
I never know if you were
Do you need to get back? Are they waiting on you for anything?
One thing on here on air. There's 2 things we got to
Andrew Conch.
Parts works. So we don't parts work one off anyway. So if they don't come one day, it doesn't do it. And then I kind of
After this, if we tell us Steel business, it's time to come back ASAP. I don't know.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm Kelly Steele in the WGMD newsroom. Again, we are following a boat fire with an explosion at Massey's Landing in the Millsboro Long Neck area this morning. Initially, it happened at about 7:15. Indian River firemen, other rescue personnel were on the scene. We know that there have been injuries, just how many and how extensive we do not know. This is a developing story, and when we get the information, we'll pass that information on to you. And we'll be rejoining Andrew Murray. He's live at Jimmy Grill in Bridgeville this morning on 92.7 FM, WGMD.
This is your local weather check with AccuWeather. 24 hours a day, 97 WGMD.
And me?
Partly sunny today, very hot again. It'll thunderstorm in the afternoon. The high right before the beaches, currently
Shoot, we forgot Martin.
We'll have time for Martin.
That's the Bob.
Sunday or thunderstorms. WGMD's exclusive AccuWeather. Yes, it's delivery driver, college dropout, radio show host. It's Andrew Murray on 92.7 WGMD, the talk of Delmarva.
It is 8:14 here on 92.7 WGMD, the talk of Delmarva, hanging out at Jimmy's Grill until the end of the hour, and on the phone with us right now, it is Alex Pyree. He's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on down in Dewey Beach. Alex, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, Alex. How are you?
I didn't know you were a college dropout. That's funny.
Yeah. I got to the last 30 credits, and I went to broadcasting school, and here we are.
Anyway, I wanted to give everybody an update of what's going on at Dewey Beach, so get out your pens, and I'll just kind of read the list kind of quickly. For those people who are into food, the landing people say it's a rudder every night. From 4:30 to 5:30 is $2 off, so that's how big obviously offering in Dewey. I think last year we served from 22,000 buffets, so it's the biggest buffet anywhere in the area. It's every day it's 4:30, all you can eat. That's at the Rusty Rudder, the renovated Rusty Rudder. In terms of activities in town, tonight at the Ballin Court is Here Come the Mummies. They're the same act that you saw at the Super Bowl. They're the opening act at the Super Bowl. That's the original band, Here Come the Mummies. Yes, they dress up as mummies and they're world-class musicians. It's a phenomenal show tonight at the Ballin Court. Also, tomorrow night at No Futures, Mr. Green Jeans. Here's the national acts are coming up. I'll read a little quick. August 2nd is Civil Twilight. August 3rd is Friday, the Leg Warmers. These are all at the Ballin Court. Leg Warmers sell out. Little Feet returns on August 7th. Dark Side returns on August 8th and 9th. They take 2 days in a row. Citizen Folk returns on August 14th, which is his 4th year. Blackwood returns on August 17th. Donovan Frankenrider returns on August 23rd. And David Mayo, a country and western star, first time in Dewey, on August 30th. So that's our lineup for activities coming to Dewey Beach. And hello to everybody there at Jimmy'sville. I was supposed to be there this morning, but the state fair kind of burned me out last night.
Yeah, everybody kind of misses you out here. Everyone's expecting you to show up, but everybody does understand. But Alex, I want to ask you a real quick question about the Dewey Beach Music Conference. How's all the booking going for that?
It's really good. We've had some people who've made it, who've been signed and made it. Obviously people talk about Jackson and, other models. But, it's doing very well. Vicki Walls works on it almost every day, and she tries to pick the very best 100 acts that are, rising. She's become a player kind of in the music industry. She gets calls from Nashville and Hollywood and New York, which are the 3 big markets. And we've had a number of people obviously made it. Plus, it didn't hurt that, a lot of the people refer, up and coming out.
And promote, the Bottle and Cork and the Rusty Rudder a little bit, and I actually was able to get down to the big VIP party and get backstage and just talk with some of the bands that are from across the nation. And I didn't realize until I was able to do that this is a really big deal, because there's a lot of record promoters that come down, there's a lot of record reps down there to actually be able to speak with seemingly bands that are known in their hometown but not necessarily known nationally. And it really does. It's huge. It's huge for the town of Dewey, and it's huge for It's a great time, and you really need to start paying attention now to be a part of it.
Yeah, we'll as we get closer, we'll start announcing the schedule, and you got to be a music lover, somebody who wants to see the acts that are breaking, and you got to be somebody who gets the schedule and walks around to the 15 stages and is willing to take a look through. I mean, I've been going to South by Southwest with my wife off and on for the last 15 years, and that's the mother, really, of all music festivals. But there are others, we're probably in the second tier. We're not as big as South by Southwest, but we're growing, and you got to do, one year at a time. I think that's 12th year, and I appreciate you supporting it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you so much, Alex Pyrese. We missed you today, but hopefully we can catch you next time around.
You back in 840 just to talk a little bit about some of the other activities.
trailers. Now, before the top of the hour, Jay was telling everybody a little bit about bearing damage and how bearings on your car, if you don't repack them, much like your oil, you cause a lot more damage. You can grind all the way down to the axle. And how expensive is it between replacing simply the bearings and replacing an axle?
Well, bearings, depending if they tear into the hub or the drum,
right,
that could run you $100, $150. Axles usually start around 200, and you can go up to 500.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a big jump. I mean,
plus labor.
Like I said, compared to a single axle repack, it's $85.
Right.
That's pretty good maintenance compared to what's going to cost you close to $1,000 later on if you're not taken care of. In the downtime, yeah. We have contractors come in. They've torn the axle up. They've got to wait for. Once a year would be good.
Sure.
And we're open 6 days a week. We do most of our work Monday to Friday. Through the 8 years I've been there, I've replaced quite a few axles and done a lot of repacks.
How long does it take you to repack?
Well, being as you heard my title,
yeah,
I can't always dedicate true time to it, but
sure.
About an hour is usually what it takes per axle. So.
Okay. All right, and Jim?
Well, I was just going to say, Jay does a great job,
Sure.
very experienced, unlike some places that sell trailers. If you didn't buy your trailer from us, it's okay. We'll still work on it for you. Jay knows what he's doing, and we're very proud to have him with Wellers. I want to let just want to let everybody know that. So I also wanted to let you know that we are at the fair. The fair is wrapping up. You got today, you got tomorrow to come see us. We're in the exhibit hall. It's air conditioned. It has the best bathrooms at the fair. People's attitudes are better when they're nice and cool and relaxed. So stop by the booth, go to Wellers.com, and you will see a lot of our fair specials. 2 different pages. There's one that says fair specials, one that says part 2, and there's a lot of things. Anything to me. Cindy, happy birthday to you. So that's Cindy. Happy birthday, Cindy. Right here at Jimmy's Grill. She's been a good friend of mine, our family, everybody here just loves her. So happy birthday, Cindy. And if you were at Wellers Clearance Center and we're closed, we apologize for that. And then we're going to be open back up starting next Thursday. Phone number at Wellers Clearance Center is 422-7336. Brandon Ritter runs that for me. And like I say, starting next week, we're going to go to a 2-day week, Thursdays and Fridays only. And people say, well, what's your clearance center have? It has, if I have a trailer, I've had it too long. Maybe we got one with a minor dent or ding. Maybe we got some used trailers in. We're taking them over there to the clearance center. We're putting our absolute best dollar price on them, and we're just moving them on down the highway. It is a busy place. With only being open in just a few hours a week, the minute he opens the door, it's just one deal after another, but Brandon works hard. They'll take good care of you. Sorry about that. And again, the phone number is 422-7336. Then we jump over to Bridgeville, 337-8228, Wellers.com on the web, and our Bike to the Bay team. which is Jason Troyer, my son-in-law. It's called Beyond Training Wheels. They're actually up at the Greenwood barbecue chicken. If you've ever had that chicken, it is just awesome. They're working the booth today to help raise money for their Bike to the Bay team. So if you want the absolute best barbecue chicken I've ever had, it's right there by the Greenwood Fire Company, right there across the street from Rural Farms, right next door to Discoverer Bank. It's on both sides of the road, both roads get to it. Go there today, tell them I sent you. They've got 600 pieces of chicken to sell, and they can't go home until they do it. So that's a fundraiser for, our Bike to the Bay team called Beyond Training Wheels, and then it's also a fundraiser for the fire company and so on. So other than that, there's still time to catch the show live. We're here until
9 o'clock this morning.
And there's a lot going on.
And make sure you check out Wellers.com for all sorts of deals. And right now, I'd like to hand it over to Martin Donovan. He is with Community Bank, but the big thing that you've done recently is the 2012 Little League World Series. Tell us about that. How successful has it been? Just tell us everything.
I will, Andrew. This is our 9th year. We're a week away. The tournament's August 5th to the 11th. And I was telling somebody about it earlier, and they said, well, this truly is a World Series. It is, because next Friday we have Italy, we have Guam, we have Puerto Rico, and we also have a team from Canada come in. The rest of the teams come in on Saturday. We got teams from all the United States. The local team that will participate in it is from Woodbridge. So they beat Laurel, the defending champs, who actually won the whole thing. But it's August 5th through the 11th. It's at Roxana. It's at Lower Sussex Little League Complex. And like I said, this is our 9th year, and we're excited about it. The final game is going to be on ESPN. Got a phone call from them yesterday. The production truck that they're bringing down, they use for the NBA games. And apparently it's going to be on high definition because they're bringing 2 trailers.
Yeah, no, this always becomes a really big deal, and it's huge. It's huge for the state to be able to get this. I mean, like you're talking about, it's a true World Series. You've got Italy taking on Guam. I have a feeling there's some people out there that don't even know where Guam is. So to say that, to have all these teams coming in, I mean, seriously, from internationally to the great state of Delaware to this community, it's a huge deal. How did you put this all together?
Well, like I said, it's our 9th year. This has been a new experience this year. Unfortunately, we lost 2 of our volunteers who've been with us a long time. But it has made us pay more attention to how we run it. And it's getting a little smoother now. But we were just fortunate being in the right place, right time to get it. Everybody's more familiar with the boys that plays in August. If you look at that World Series or pick it up and bring it to Roxana, we do the same thing for girls 13, 14, 15, and 16.
Right. Well, some website information. How can people go to find out more information?
Well, it's www.seniorsoftballws.org. And we've got the schedule on it. We've got the information. Cleo Green from WBOC will be the MC on our opening ceremonies on Sunday at 3. So it's a good time. Just come down and watch. We play all of our games tonight except for Tuesdays because of the heat.
So it is going on August 5th through the 11th.
Correct.
And check out the website, Senior Softball
World Series. Little League International is held at Lower Sussex Little League Complex.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew.
Martin Donovan at Community Bank, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more broadcasting live from Jimmy's Grill here in Bridgeville, Delaware, broadcasting live until 9 o'clock today. It is the Andrew Murr Show on 92.7 FM WGMD. It is the talk of Delmarva.
I'm with Gary Shaw for FastTech, on-site computer services in Bridgeville, Delaware. Now, Gary, I've got to ask you, what
That's fine.
are some of the things that set
That's fine.
FastTech apart from the competition? So we can see our value added computer services industry. You can look at anything from Microsoft assessment, education, support after service, work practice, Gary, tell our listeners the type of services you have. Primarily we focus on computer services, either in the home, e-business, verification, and data collection. Tell everyone where you're listening. If this outside of Georgetown and online, you're supposed to be. If you have computer problems, stop procrastinating and get your computer fixed now. They're locally owned and operated. You're one-call computer experts, FastTech, at 302-491-8808.
To stop Mumford for more states, we are celebrating our 52nd season. Bring your family and enjoy homemade meals on the go. Served by the Sunrise staff at the Duke. We are open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So our family serve yours on the stations from Jeff White's Autos has plenty of pre-owned vehicles available with flexible payment options and guaranteed credit approval. Learn more at JeffWhites.com or call Jeff White's Auto Works.
2 hours of sleep, that's what you get.
Saturday,
I have no idea. I know that Alex Pyrie is calling back in about 9 minutes. I know the news is probably going to take me to about 35. What do we have between Alex and the news?
Keeping you up to date. This is Luke from 92.7
Who is here? There's no China. Yeah, I know this is not great.
Say the child has been located and she is safe this morning. Actually, we're calling for a hot, humid day again today. Strong thunderstorms being predicted for today.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
WED.
Eagles Nest Fellowship Church camp meeting next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Oh, I left mine. Okay.
Yep. I'm just going to intro you and kind of let you go for a minute.
Is this the mic I'm using, or is
this one right
this
here?
one here?
Alex Pyrie is going to be calling it at 8:40, so basically until I get the message that he's in, I'll just let you go as long as I can. And then once I hear these on the phone, I'll just have to wrap it up when they can find you and all that website stuff. That's the greatest thing that's ever happened to anyone that does radio, is having people with websites. Because as soon as you run out of time, it's just like, and how can people find you on the web? And then, Pastor Bob Weed.
It took me a while when I was working with others. That first few times on the radio, because you guys are against hard breaks, and they just come, and you're midstream and you got to end it. It took me a little while to get used to that. It's just the way it is.
What's the real? It's Eagles Nest.
Eagles Nest Fellowship Church in Milton.
Delaware is fortunate to have a congressional representation that advocates for the poultry industry, critical industry to the state's economy.
And it's our camp meeting, annual camp meeting.
I'll let you explain all of it. I just want to make sure I get the nuts and bolts there.
Appreciate you getting me on.
According to a new study by the University of Delaware, poultry processing alone accounts for 11,000 jobs here in the first state.
That's the plan.
Milk does the body good.
It will not work out.
Key presented certificates of appreciation to poultry industry representatives for the environmental work that they've done.
Is Holly going to let you? You got it all worked out?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about Teddy Bear, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Rutzman.
Wheel and crashes are on the rise, according to
I want to go find a Teddy
AAA.
Rutzman now.
AAA spokesman for larger retired D&D.
Take your breakfast. It's got eggs in it. It's got flour.
Yeah, look at that. That's your bread, your dairy.
Carbohydrates and protein.
Everything.
I have a feeling Mr. Mervine may not agree, but
5 of the 10 worst days of the year for fatal highway crashes.
shake it off later.
But it's not just young drivers in Delaware, about 18%.
Oh, you ready for the state fair to be over?
Yeah, a little bit. I am beat.
You've been up there.
It's a lot more.
Well, the heat yesterday probably didn't help.
But I'm inside.
Air conditioning.
It was hot yesterday, though.
It was.
I mean, it was.
I did a lot of interviews, though. I interviewed the governor, the lieutenant governor, and
Now, I can see that anytime now, or is that on?
Catch It Live.
If I go to Catch It Live now, those
Some up, we didn't get them all up yet, but we're working on it.
Did you grill the governor?
To talk about.
No, not hard. 'Cause I want him to want to talk to us, you know?
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Hey, I got a business going on.
I know.
I'm not talking too loud about it.
I know.
Because we're doing the show.
Nearly 6 decades ago, the ceasefire was signed on the Korean Peninsula. Fox News Radio here in Helping has more
Can be your reminder.
My goal is to sign off.
Sprint away from the building.
This is fun. I don't know why. I remember to pay for
The GMD News time is 8:35.
Once you get past that one light, then you're screwed. You're stuck.
I was at the bridge yesterday doing a recording. And the longer I talked, the more my voice started. Like by the time I'm done.
Yeah. No, it takes a while. When I first started here, I was working the 7 to 11 shift, and it's not as busy. You have a lot of time to fill, like 20-minute breaks. And so my first the first week I got done, it was like my diaphragm. It felt like somebody just punched me, like just, and I was like healing the whole time.
A lot of moving parts. That's what you're doing right now.
We're sort of on time again, but not really.
Alex is going at 8:40.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give him a couple of minutes to talk about this, and then when Alex fills in, we'll cut over and go from there.
We got everybody covered, right?
I believe so.
Unless you get 8, 10.
Is he here? He's right behind you. So we don't have any more
An
business.
update yesterday for Wall Street. The Dow ended up 212 points at 12,088.
Then I have the last
The
15
Nasdaq finishing the day up as well, 39 points at 28.93.
You just start backing up. I'm done.
The business report brought to you by Route 9 Auto Center. Did you know that
You do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I did. Stolen vehicle parts like Fran versus Napa and others. It's all your choice. All you have to do is watch the television one for stolen vehicles. Give Route 9 a call today. 856-3941. I'm Kelly Steele in the WGL newsroom. Has birthday at 9 o'clock coming up. The last couple of minutes with Andrew Murray.
Just over there. If you don't like it, then they won't use it. They got it written down. In big letters.
This is your local weather channel with AccuWeather.
You should do it.
Today, 92.7 WGMD.
Partly sunny today, very hot at humidity, thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 94.
Michelle, you should do it.
Mostly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight. A couple of strong thunderstorms around, especially early, low 75. Either clouds and sun, hot at humidity. Tomorrow with a shower with thunderstorm, high 92.
I ordered it.
Sunday, partly
So I ordered one I like.
chance of a shower with thunderstorm, high 88. The WGMD's exclusive AccuWeather and meteorologist Bill Lundberg.
.838. It is 92.7 FM WGMD. The talk of Delmarva. Alex Pyrie is going to be calling back in just a couple of minutes, but before he does, I want to take some time to talk with Pastor Bob Weed of Eagles Nest Fellowship Church out of Milton. What do you guys have going on over at Eagles Nest? I know we chatted the other day, but remind everybody.
Good morning, Andrew. I appreciate you having me on. Well, we have an annual camp meeting, and it's happening next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we have a great lineup. We have something for everybody of all ages. It starts on Wednesday morning at 10:30. We have a daily Bible study. I'll be doing that on the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel. That's at 10:30 each day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. And then in the evenings at 6:30 each night, we have special speakers coming in to speak. We'll be outside. Now, if the weather is really bad, we'll go inside. So if it's really, really hot, like it was yesterday, we'll just go inside in the air conditioning. But we have a mix of speakers. On Wednesday night, we have Pastor John Betts from Abundant Life Church here right in Georgetown. He'll be speaking to us. We have Dr. Fred Antonelli, who's going to be with us on Thursday night. Pastor Scott Hobbs will be with us on Friday night. And on Saturday night, we have an indoor concert. It will be indoor at the church. With Heather Williams. She's a national artist who is a Christian artist, worship leader. A lot of people know who she is. It's a free concert on Saturday night. And so we just want to invite people to come. It's a great time for folks to get together. We have a lot of people that are not Eagles nesters that show up, that we know are connected with through the years. And so it's like a homecoming.
Yeah, you know, and I've noticed recently that a lot of churches and a lot of church pastors have just become a lot more welcoming of people from, you know, just other churches. Just say, you know what, it's all the same message. Just like let's just get together and celebrate and be a part of the fellowship. And you know, no one's judging anymore. Let's just, you know, I mean, I know
the
you
church
guys.
is a big family. I mean,
Sure.
the Bible likens the church to a family. You know, and families grow up and people move, but they're still family.
Yeah.
And so, as pastors, we don't own people. We're just shepherds. We just shepherd the flock. But really, the church belongs to Christ. So we are one big family, and there's different styles of churches, different styles of music. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
But things like this, camp meeting event, is a great time for the different churches to get together. It shows that we're cooperating with each other and working together. It gives us an opportunity to catch up on what's happening with other folks that we've known, other churches, what they're doing. And it's really good for the community as a whole.
Well, and it's like you guys said yesterday, you know, you go to one of these events and you might hear someone that delivers the message in a way that's more appealing to you, and it gives you an opportunity to find your path, to find the place that you want to go to really receive the message. And it's almost like church networking, if you will.
But yeah, and we should network, and we should, you know, Christ prayed in John 17 that we'd be one, that we'd be united. He didn't mean we'd all go to the same building, but he meant that we'd have a unity, that would love one another and respect one another. And it is true, you know, I'm a pastor and I speak, you know, 45, 50 times a year to my congregation. And I can say something, but somebody can come in, just say it a little different, and it's good for everybody. It gives me a break. They need a break from me sometimes. They need to hear it different. Yeah. So when Jimmy's amen over here.
You said yeah in the wrong spot though. You jumped in a little too fast.
A little too fast. I have to talk to Jimmy later, but yeah, so you get to hear a different perspective on the same thing, but you get to hear it differently, and it's fresh, it's new. And then I get personally, I love to listen to other speakers because I do church every week and I preach. I need to listen to other people to build my spiritual life up.
And the event's going on when?
It's next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it starts with a Bible study at 6:30 in the morning. I mean, 10:30 in the morning. I'm not up that early.
I know,
10:30 in the morning, and then we have events at 6:30 in the evening for everybody. We have Camp Lagoon for kids 6 weeks of age up through 5th grade. We have what we call 220 for 6th grade through 12th grade. And then we have things for the adults. It'll be a great time of fellowship. So come out and join us.
Excellent.
Check us out on our website. Yeah, good job, Jimmy.
I was getting there.
www.eaglesnest.ch as in church.
There it is. Pastor Bob Weed, Eagles Nest Fellowship Church in Milton. It's time to go to the phone though because Alex Pyrese calling back in to tell us a little bit more about what's going on in Dewey Beach. How you doing, Alex?
I could have sold a generator.
How are you doing? Good.
Yeah.
Funny, people
We pushed you too hard, huh?
emails. I talked to asking questions, so I want to answer those questions first of all about the schedule. One person asked about, as you did, about the music festival, when it's going to be, so I forgot to mention that. The Dewey Beach Music Conference is the 21st and 22nd of September. It's the fourth weekend in September. It's at Bucky Weather Ballroom, North Beach, Ivy, and specific places in Penrose Station, you know, it's like 15 stages, so mark your calendars for that. It's the 21st and 22nd of September. Secondly, I got an email about the annual Elvis Festival, which we have trying to look a little better, but I always at 628 and 29 with the rest of you other. That's the Elvis Festival for you, Elvis. And apologize for not mentioning that. And while I'm at it, the Oktoberfest is on October 20th. As the rest of you ever, I dropped that one also. So, what's going on? Secondly, I wanted to mention we continue to have our festivals at outlets, and I don't know if Dave Hill mentioned that to you when he was on earlier today. You know if he mentioned that, because I won't go through it again.
No, he did not. He didn't mention it this morning. So go right ahead.
Yeah, I just think that's we always have in September or October a couple of festivals that I go to promote all the activities that are coming. The next one is September 15th, which is a Saturday, and usually actually WGND is one of the sponsors there, and we're probably going to ask you to come on and come over and do what Jack used to do, which was talk about all the things that go on in all the local businesses that we try to support and try to help their product. So that's the schedule. Again, smart people with maybe super say that the runner every night, starting 12:30, you can set $2 in your family, and the Sunday flights, and we used to renovate it, and like I said, we did 22,000 buffets last year. We believe we're the biggest in the state, and then next to it goes on Ocean City, where we do the second or third largest in the Marble region. So come on, give us a chance. We have the new facilities, new bathrooms, new floor, new ceilings, new walls, new equipment. We put a lot of money and effort into it, and we hope to please everybody. So thanks for letting me come on your show, and to everybody, I hope you have a nice weekend.
Thanks. I had a question for you, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any certain times you're going to be at the fair in case anybody wants to stop out and just meet you?
Yo, is this Jimmy Weller?
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, man, I was there yesterday, and it was hot.
Yeah, today could be the same.
Man, I gotta be honest, I lasted about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was burning out there. We're right on the main entrance as you come in, and I think we're the second or third tent on the right. Now, Jimmy Weller is a lot smarter than I am. He has a booth inside the exhibit hall.
Yeah.
That's the difference between me and Jimmy Weller. Jimmy Weller's inside in the air conditioning with Colin and those guys. I am outside on the pavement burning. So I'm going today to downstate at noon to I'm supporting a group of boys that are in a camp there. I'm going to go there first, Jimmy, and get some photos with their families and have some fun with them. I'm a big basketball fan. Downstate, and then I'm going to go over the fair. When are you going?
I'm not going till about 4 or 5 this afternoon. I just didn't know if you had certain times in case, any of the listeners just wanted to come by and shake your hand and say hi and see what you're all about.
Yeah, we had good. Yeah, probably around. I'll probably be there probably around 5 to 7. But good heat. I got to be honest with you, man. I'm good for about an hour and a half. It was brutal. I thought it was about 100. Wasn't it 100?
It was, and today's going to be hot too. So, but
remind me next year to get a booth inside with you.
Well, Alex, I think you should get like an enclosed trailer with vendor doors that open out and an air conditioner.
And I'm assuming that he can buy one of those vendor trailers right there at Willard's Utility
And
Trailers.
we'll letter that thing from top to bottom, front to back.
Well, I've never heard of Willard. Where is that?
It's a small place in Bridgeville. They built the whole town right around it.
Oh yeah, they built the whole town around it.
I'm really missing you guys. Sorry I can't be there, but I'll be there next week. And thank you very much for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you at the fair, Alex.
Alex Pyres, thank you. Thank you very much. Tell you what, we'll take a quick break. We'll reset. We'll come back. I think we're going to talk with Eric Bodie Bodenweiser on the Andrew Burr Show. Listen, a couple more minutes. Going to be out here broadcasting live, but of course we'll be going to hanging out for a little while past 9 o'clock this morning. So if you like to come down and meet up with everybody here at Jimmy's Grill, feel free to stop by. Right here in Bridgeville, Delaware, off of 404, you'll see the 92.7 van right out front. But more of the Andrew Burr Show coming up next on 92.7 FM. WGMD, it is the talk of Delmarva.
It's Friday. Head out to Lockheed today. Hi, this is Andrea Weber, the state program coordinator at Manicures Memorial Hospital.
Yeah, you and I are fine.
Manicures, we have something new associated with it. Our recent recognition from the American Heart Association and American Stroke Association. We honor the performance and the
I know. You're welcome. I don't know. I know. That's it.
For all your home barbecue reviews,
Hi, this is Brendan from the Baywood Clubhouse Restaurant, inviting you to our New York Stand Happy Hour from Monday to Friday, 4 to 7, anywhere in the restaurant. Take advantage of 2 hours outside bar
I salesperson.
For more information, call us
Yeah.
302 947 65.
That generator you got here.
Dr. Mike Searle with Apple Car. How you doing? When I'm thinking good, I think of Delphi and American Technology.
This is Joe Hall from Hog Restaurant. Folks, we love the quality food and good value, and that's just the final one. You got a family and try our new value enhanced for everybody. Hog Restaurant, 62 Bay Drive.
Family night at the movies. This week at the Clayton Theater. Now playing Ice Age Part 7 nights a week at 7:30 and Sunday night at 2 p.m. The Clayton Theater on Main Street in Baton. See you at the movies.
Did you know you can have a premium energy-saving heating and air conditioning system installed in your home for as little as $56 per month? Hi, I'm Tim Felice with First Class Heating and Air Conditioning. I'll show you how you can start saving today. Call for your free in-home evaluation, 934-8999.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Give you the last, whatever the last segment ends up being, something like that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You're doing well. Keep it up. We're rooting for you, brother. We're rooting for you. We want you to do well. We want you to hang and do it right.
So what exactly are you running?
I'm running for the state senate. Running for the 19th district, and it's to go to Dover. I'm a Republican running against an incumbent Republican. Ran against him 2 years ago. Only lost by 120 votes. Remember you and Matt had me on your show and off. Man, I'll never forget that day.
All right, I'm just going to introduce you to the State Senate 19th District, and then I'll just let you take it away from there.
All right. Got a few little notes here.
Absolutely.
This is something you can't do on TV.
Big guy note there.
It is 8:51. It's 92.7 FM WGMD, the talk of Delmarva, broadcasting live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. If you want to stop by and see us, you can find us right off of 404. If you're coming from 13, just take 404 towards Bridgeville. You'll find us on the right-hand side. But joining me right now is Eric Bodenweiser. He is running for the State Senate, 19th District. How you doing, Eric?
Welcome. Great to be on here. Congratulations on your new show.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate everything you're doing. We wish you all the luck in the world. I know the listeners are rooting for you. We want you to do well, and we're looking forward to every day you're on. And I remember 2 years ago, you and Matt had me on your show when you were on a different station. We won't give them a plug,
That's
but
fine.
I'll never forget that day. Enjoyed being on with you and Matt. And Matt Walsh, he's moved on to something better and greater for himself, so hooray for him. But my name is Eric Bodenweiser. I am a Republican, okay? I'm a Republican running against the incumbent Republican. Not long ago, somebody told me at the Georgetown Republican headquarters, somebody came in and said, I want to sign for that incumbent Republican. I want to beat that other guy. And he saw my sign stand in the GOP headquarters too, and he says, "What's his sign doing in here? He's a Democrat." No, I'm a Republican running against the Republican incumbent. All the time you hear where people are talking about we got to get all those guys out, change the players. Well, here's the opportunity. There's a lot of differences between myself and my opponent. For instance, he went not voting on the sheriff bill. The sheriff bill came up for a vote, and he didn't vote one way or the other. And we deserve a vote. When we send these guys up there, they need to vote. And he voted in favor of the bill that causes electricians to have to get their helpers a license. They have to be licensed either as a journeyman or apprentice. And how's that hurt us? You know, if you call an electrician and he had a helper or laborer that holds the flashlight, holds the ladder, or whatever, now that guy's got to be licensed.
And you know what? And it's something that I was talking about this morning about how there's all these regulations that get put in place that cause small businesses to spend more money, which causes them to not be able to hire that one extra employee, and there's an extra job. And if you do that for every small business located in all of Delaware, I mean, you're talking about, I don't know, at least 100 jobs.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, you're right. If the electrician is licensed, let him have the responsibility. Respect him enough to have somebody come out and help him.
Sure. You know,
simple.
If there's electricians out there that are abusing their license by having guys that are doing shoddy work, we'll go after those electricians, but don't go after every electrician, because a couple of electricians out there are doing shoddy work. But for instance, my opponent voted no against the recommendation of the new Secretary of Education, and he should have recused himself from that vote. He has a job working for the Department of Elections. Therefore, he can't decide yes or no who his boss is going to be. So he can't decide when he should or shouldn't vote. And I'll tell you, we need people up there that are going to vote when they're supposed to vote and not vote when they're not going to vote. I don't have any conflicts of interest. I'm going to be voting every time. You get me elected, I'm going to be voting. My opponent can't vote when issues of Sussex Tech come up due to his job. We need representation. We got a problem with what's happened at Sussex Tech High School. We ought to be able to talk to our senator about it. We can't. Why? Because he has a job working there.
Why isn't that a conflict of interest?
That is a huge conflict.
I mean, I know it is, but why is it? You know, why doesn't he recuse himself, remove himself from that position?
From what I understand, I just don't understand why he can't make this decision. I mean, he made the decision to become a double dipper. He made the decision to take on a job, an extra state job. I mean, it's not illegal, but it is unethical. Sure. And they are considering making it illegal. 2 other senators put in 2 separate bills that would actually sanction themselves. They never sanction themselves, okay? But they put in bills that would say, from now on, if you get a job working in the state legislative hall as a representative or senator, you can't get another state job on top of it. Now that bill didn't go anywhere, but at least they tried to run it. When you sign up to be a candidate for elected office, you have to fill out financial disclosure forms with the Public Integrity Commission, okay? And all of a sudden, your life becomes an open book. My opponent did not open up his life to tell us that, hey, by the way, I want y'all to know I'm looking to get this second job. I'm being interviewed for this second job. He kept it a real big secret. We didn't find out till 10 days after the election. That's 2 years ago. And I know that if the voters had known that he was lining up this extra job, we'd have had a different result in that election.
Now, let me ask you about this, because this is a phrase I use a lot, and I personally think that people need to take this to heart a little bit more. How do you feel when I say that I'm your boss? If you're elected, I'm your boss, and you need to listen to me and possibly do the things that I say. How does that make you feel?
I hear you 100%, and I am a great listener. I'll tell you, I don't interrupt people. When they got something to say, I'll sit there and listen to it. But then when time comes for me to say a few things, okay, I've heard everything you got to say. Let me say how I feel about this thing. And that's what you got to do. You can't be, I'm not the smartest guy on the block. I admit it 100%. I'll need people like Andrew Murr and Nick LaRusso to come and tell me about these things. That's the thing back with this electrician bill, for instance. My opponent should have took that electrician bill and showed it to a few electricians and said, now what's going to happen if I pass this bill? And the electrician would have said, no way, you can't do that. That's going to make life miserable for us. We've got to go get licenses for all our helpers. But no, you think you're the smartest guy on the block. And you know how to vote. You're not going to get input on a sheriff bill, for instance. Get some input before you jump on the bill, or a charter bill, for instance. If a town brings you a charter bill that seems like it might be out of line, go show some people. Say, what happens before I take this up to Dover? What's going to happen? And you got to get input from your constituents if you're going to represent them.
Eric, where can people find more information about you and campaign?
EricBodie.com, and you can call me at home, 856-9395. If you want to go by my campaign headquarters, 408 North Bedford Street. My yard signs are tremendously popular. They're just running out of there 100 miles an hour, so just drop by and pick one up. I think guys are collecting them and they're putting them in their man caves because they kind of look like a Budweiser can label or something. I don't know. I had one disappear the other day. I put up a 4x4, and the very next morning it was gone. So I guess somebody needed a 4x4, but that's just the way elections go, and I can take it. So I'm looking forward to September 11th, and God's got this thing figured out, and we're going to find out the results.
Absolutely. Go check it out, EricBodie.com.
That's good.
And you can go check out what Eric Voting Wise is all about.
Thank you for the time.
Well, listen, we've got to wrap it up here. It's another Friday. It's come and it's gone. We broadcast live all morning long. We'll be doing it again next Friday. Make sure you come check out Jimmy's Grill right here in Bridgeville, Delaware. If you're on 13, just jump on 404 towards Bridgeville. You'll find it right there on the right-hand side. But I'm going to be wrapping it up. Big thank to Nick LaRusso here. He's been my personal assistant all morning long, so I do want to make sure I recognize him for that. No, I'm not telling him that you're my teddy bear this morning, okay? He does put me in my comfort zone, though. Jared Morris is coming up next. I will be with you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So that's it from Jimmy's Grill. Big thanks to everybody that stopped by today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. It's been the Andrew Murr Show right here on 92.7 FM WGMD. the talk of Delmarva.